Everybody got island fever, man. It's going crazy. Yo, are we gonna get them? We not? I don't know. What do you think? We're gonna get these. We gonna get these files or what? Are we finally gonna get these files or what?
Playing games. That's all it is.
This is just wild. I don't know, man. Y'all let us know in the comments. Are we gonna get these files? Because it seems like ain't nobody trying to release them, or they just playing games with them. Yep. Everybody using it for political leverage. It's just crazy to me. It's just wow. Trump caved on Epstein, but here's what's really going on. This next video comes to you by the way of Mr. Philip DeFranco. Right? DeFranco?
Yep,
all right. Anyways, let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, forget, comment, subscribe, thumbs up. Slap that red button. All right, man. We're gonna see what they're talking about. I really don't know, man. I'm like, at a loss for words. You would have thought that would have been one of the biggest things that, one of the first things that would have came out because Trump was running on it. Democrats could have brought it out, but now all of a sudden they want. I don't know. It's just confusing, bro. I'm confusing, bro. We don't know what motives, who got, and what. At this point, bro, both of y'all.
It was just a lie.
Oh, bro, y'all make me laugh, man. This is why I can't stand politicians, man. I can't stand none of y'all, bro. I can't stand not one of y'all, bro. Y'all are just a bunch of frauds. Let's go. All right, hold up. I gotta put this in my ear. I can't hear that. Can you hear that? I gotta put this in my ear. Give me 1 second. Where is it? All right, let's go.
The investigation that he ordered might stop that from happening. And I guess there's a small, technically non-zero chance that at one point he performed oral sex on Bill Clinton. But starting with...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's wild. If that's true, bro...
Y'all need to stop mentioning this. Wild. I don't need the mental image in my head.
Hey, man, that's just wild to me, man. Hey.
Definitely.
I guess Monica's not the only one that didn't see his balls. Bubba's balls. Bubba. Hey, Bubba. That's just wild. Bubba. Hey.
Bubba.
Do you believe that?
I wouldn't.
Or do you think it was just a joke?
Honestly.
At this point, we don't know. We don't know what's up with all y'all freaks. Y'all into some freaky stuff.
Trump's apparent 180 on the files. You had him writing on social media last night that House Republicans should vote for a bill requiring the Justice Department to release all documents and communications related to Epstein because we have nothing to hide, and saying it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat shutdown. Right, and you then had Trump referring to newly launched investigations into who he described as various Democrat operatives, and he added, nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive, and if the Democrats had anything, they would have released it before our landslide election victory. Let's start talking about the Republican Party's record-setting achievements and not fall into the Epstein trap, which is actually a curse on the Democrats, not us.
Yo, that's what's crazy to me, though, and that's what really it makes me not believe none of y'all a bunch of lying motherfuckers. You ran on this.
Yep.
So what do you mean, let's not start talking about the Republican Party? Like, let's talk about our achievements. That was your first achievement, your first goal that you said you was going to do. What, we're going to get in there, we're going to release these files.
Yep.
Somebody's hiding something.
Yep.
Somebody's hiding something, right? That's what the whole,
up in there.
That was the rhetoric, right? That was the rhetoric. That was that red meat that you was feeding to your base, bro. That's why I say, bro, like, y'all corny as hell. And then it's like, bro, as soon as you ask him, he get all upset like a 5-year-old. He get all mad. It's like, why are you so upset, bro? You know your heart ain't well, bro. You got to chill, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out, man. You at that tender age.
Make America great again. And while Trump's dismissal of Epstein as a hoax, it's not anything new. His apparent support for the files being released, it's completely out of left field, right? And don't forget it, Trump's been fighting tooth and nail to stop this release, right? He's been calling anyone who wants this released traitors, idiots. And just last week, he was still ramping up pressure on Republicans to vote against.
Wow, imagine that. He gonna call people traitors and idiots after that's what he ran on. That's wow. So that to me, see what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me.
releasing the files. He even summoned Congresswoman Lauren Boebert to the White House Situation Room to talk about her demand to release the files. Right, and that coming as you had lawmakers releasing thousands of emails belonging to Epstein suggesting that Trump knew more about this convicted child sex offender's conduct than he let on, even if he didn't participate. With what's been called one of the most damning messages being one where you had Epstein seemingly referring to sexual abuse of underage girls, and he wrote, "Trump knew of it and came to my house many times during that period. He never got a massage." And that is in another email he wrote about Trump. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Elaine to stop. And then, beyond questions about abuse, some of the emails raised questions about possible dirt that Epstein or others may have had on Trump. Right, in one, speaking about Trump, Epstein claimed that he had the ability to take him down. And in a 2018 email that Epstein received from his brother Mark, he was asked to question Steve Bannon about whether Russian President Vladimir Putin had the photos of Trump blowing Bubba and dadding. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard, with many then noting that,
yo, that's a trip, bro. What movie Get Hard?
Get hard.
That's just wild, bro. They over here dropping ads for Viagra commercials and all of that. It's just wild, bro.
Yeah.
70-year-old men talking about getting hard. I think it's just funny to me, bro.
Bubba was a nickname for former US President Bill Clinton. That said, you've since had Mark responding in a statement saying, the emails were simply part of a humorous private exchange between two brothers and were never meant for public release or to be interpreted as serious remarks, and adding, for the avoidance of doubt, the reference to Bubba in this correspondence is not in any way a reference to former President Bill Clinton. Though also on the note of Bill Clinton, he's now one of the most prominent Democratic figures being investigated by the administration. Right, and that goes back to Friday when you had Trump demanding that the DOJ investigate Epstein's involvement and relationship with not only Clinton, but ex-Treasury Secretary Larry Summers and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, as well as the banks JP Morgan Chase and many other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. And then within just a few hours, you had Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing that she had given the case to the U.S. Attorney in Manhattan. Writing attorney Jay Clayton is one of the most capable and trusted prosecutors in the country, and I've asked him to take the lead. As with all matters, the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity to deliver answers to the American people. And with that, I'll say that these newly released emails we've seen, they've really only confirmed the extent of Epstein's connections to the rich, powerful, and well-connected, even after he pled guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor in 2008. Larry Summers, for example, the emails suggest that he regularly turned to Epstein as a confidant, even asking for his advice pursuing a woman described as a mentee. And then also, separate from the emails, you had a recent New York Times investigation finding that JP Morgan spent years supporting and profiting from Epstein while ignoring the warning sign. And so ultimately, based on the emails and really everything else, you've got many saying that there are plenty of people and organizations that should probably be investigated. But also, it's not normal for one of those people to be the president, and then for that president to also direct the Justice Department to investigate only the ones that he perceives as his enemies. And so with all that, you kind of just have to throw out the idea that you have a DOJ that is independent, that they prosecute cases on facts and law rather than just going after people that the president points a finger at. And make things.
See, that right there is an issue, bro. That right there is an issue. And the conflict of interest is like, bro, at the end of the day, we can't have that. We just can't have that, bro. We can't have that in this country, bro. We just can't. And everybody that's sitting there acting like this is normal, this shit is not normal. The shit we going through in 2025 is really not normal, bro.
It's not.
This shit is not normal, man. I don't know where the fuck everybody getting off with this shit is normal. This fucking not normal.
It's not.
It's not. This shit is just crazy. This is just fucking crazy. I mean, you got fucking every country. You got countries that we used to make, like, videos of, just basically, for donations, and stuff like that, feed the poor and stuff like that, making that shit about us, but sarcastically. Yeah. Like really making these videos like, yo, feed, America's going hungry. You know how we used to be like, eat your food, kids, because, people in Africa are starving. They doing the same video about us, man.
Yep.
This is how bad we starting to look. Like we are looking crazy out there. We are looking crazy out here in these streets, man. Yeah. This is just like, yo, this is not going to end well, man. This is just crazy. This is not crazy. This is just crazy, baby. We look crazy.
Yeah, we are.
Smell even more is that this DOJ, Trump's DOJ, just 4 months ago said that nothing in the Epstein files warranted further investigation. But also notably with that, even if new investigations do not result in more charges, they might allow the Justice Department to refuse to release any further files related to Epstein by claiming that they would negatively affect an ongoing case. And so it's exactly why you have Republican Representative Thomas Massie calling this investigation a last-ditch effort to actually prevent the release of the Epstein files. And on the note of Massie, not only, has he been one of the Republicans most vocal against Trump on this issue, helped spearhead this campaign with Ro Khanna. But very notably, you had him saying yesterday that 100 or more members of his party might join him in voting to release the Epstein files despite Trump's previous opposition. Right, Massey is saying that he hoped to secure a veto-proof majority. And, he and others trying to get more Republicans on board, that's been a big part of what we've been seeing, especially because even if the bill passes the House, which is expected to happen tomorrow, it would still have to get through the Senate. And there, they need to snag at least 60 votes. Meaning,
the fact that we even talk about that you have to try to convince anybody to bring these files, bro. If you are not in favor of these files coming out, you sympathize with chomos.
Yep.
You do. You sympathize with chomos. That's it. And I don't care, man. If you really are against this, I don't care, because if there's nothing there to see, let's put it out.
Yep.
No matter what, they should come out. If the American public, right, is literally feeling like there's something in these files and there's an issue, and y'all ran on this and y'all made it an issue and made our ears perk up and thought that things were going on, release the files.
That, and if there's really nothing like you're claiming, because you keep claiming it's nothing, you guys, it's nothing.
Nothing to see
then
here.
Release it. Either way, release it.
Let's talk about all the great stuff we're doing. Well, that would be something very great. It definitely give you a bunch of brownie points if you release them. That's all I'm saying. It won't hurt. It won't hurt. It'll be a silver lining in this fucking crazy time. And what I mean, don't get me wrong, the stuff that's going on in it isn't, but I mean, at least it'll be something. It'll be something we can be like, okay, damn, finally something got delivered. Finally, we're seeing something from this administration. You know what I'm saying? Something.
Listening to the people.
You know what I'm saying? Like giving the people something. Damn.
that if all 47 Democrats voted in favor, they'd still need 13 Republicans to join them as well. And that's before even having to consider, would you have a veto-proof majority as well? But with all that said, that's the news. This part's my opinion. I think it is very likely that before Donald Trump said, yes, vote for it, that there was a veto-proof majority ready to vote. Because Donald Trump on this issue has painted himself in the worst possible corner. And it looks like he put himself in a position where really only one of two things could happen. One, he could stay publicly against the release of these files and Republicans would then vote against him and he'd look just so incredibly weak. Or he could publicly change his position and control whatever things he can control. But even there, I think he's kind of fucked himself. Because if they go the route of, well, we can't release these certain things because there's an ongoing investigation, for many that'll just still look like he's trying to hide what's really in there. Or if what gets released is kind of a nothing burger, or it only goes after people that he perceives as enemies, or even largely just enemies and maybe a few Republicans here or there'll be a meaningful amount of the public that thinks they're not actually releasing everything. This is kind of a light release. But I mean, you already see murmuring online of people saying, he's fought against this so hard. We had the shutdown. He was dragging his feet. Was that to buy time to really control what gets released? And the whole situation has just continued down this road where it feels like President Trump has made every decision to seem as guilty and as sketchy as possible. And one of the ways that he's come off the sketchiest and most guilty to a lot of his own MAGA supporters is the fact that he's gone after MAGA diehard Marjorie Taylor Greene so hard. Right? Marjorie Taylor Greene has been his loudest, most proud soldier. Yet last week, over her saying, hey, we should release the Epstein files, we should try to make things affordable for Americans, he labeled her a traitor. And while you had Greene saying that what Trump was doing, it was contributing to death threats against her, Trump just doubled down again, calling her a traitor in another post yesterday. This back and forth between them and the potential real world consequences, it's become its own issue all on its own.
In what world, somebody says, hey, let's, hey, why, what would be a good idea? Let's give the American people what you promised when you were running. Mm-hmm. And then, they have your back, they basically, with everything. And then all of a sudden they're a traitor. In what world does that sound like a sane person, bro? He's not there, bro. Like, I mean, I'm no doctor, but he's just not with it.
No, let him.
He's not with it, bro. He's not with it, man.
He
got to get it together. Like,
smartest. He's the best.
He's just not with it, bro. Every single time, like, it's just like everything. He just deflects a lot, bro. I mean, if you're telling me he doesn't, you're crazy, bro. He deflects. Anytime you say anything that's basically just not idolizing the man, he gets upset and he deflects. Mm-hmm. If you even push him a little bit, he gets upset. Yep. I mean, come on. It's obvious. It's obvious. The dude's just not with it, man. And it's two presidents now. We're going through two administrations now with this shit going on, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, this is just crazy. This is getting out of control.
I think we need to be single the next time around for a little bit. We gotta reflect.
It's getting out of control, man. I mean, hey, man, I don't know, man. They should make you run an obstacle course or some shit, or see if you could put together like, how about a jigsaw puzzle or something, just to make sure that shit, like, you're up to par. Like, you're up to par at least. Something, because it's just like.
And how do you handle your mama jokes?
What are we doing? Huh?
They also need to see if you can handle your mama jokes.
Yeah,
to
like,
see
this
if
is
you
just
can
wow,
take criticism.
bro. Things are getting bad, man.
Because on Saturday, you had Greene writing, I am now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety as a hotbed of threats against me are being fueled and egged on by the most powerful man in the world, the man I supported and helped get elected. Or with a noting that aggressive rhetoric has resulted in her getting death threats before, but she finds it even more disturbing now that the president is leading the charge, saying as a Republican who overwhelmingly votes for President Trump's bills and agenda, his aggression against me, which also fuels the venomous nature of his radical internet trolls, many of whom are paid, this is completely shocking to everyone. The political industrial complex and the toxic violent nature of American politics must end. Then yesterday, she shared that she and her family members had received hoax pizza deliveries, and there was a pipe bomb threat at the office of one of her construction companies. And again, saying that Trump's attacks were a dog whistle to dangerous radicals that could lead to serious attacks on me and my family. And there, she included details behind why people would target her with hoax pizza deliveries, right? Noting it's called pizza doxing, and it's done to harass, intimidate, and threaten public leaders, and is viewed as a potential precursor to more serious threats. And then with all that, she added, I am not a traitor. However, when the President of the United States irresponsibly calls a member of Congress of his own party traitor, he is signaling what must be done to a traitor, right? And that, it resulted in a lot of different reactions. Where you had people like Representative Jasmine Crockett using it to talk about other violence that she believes that Trump's fueled, saying, do y'all now believe me when I say that Trump fuels hate against those that oppose him? Will faux news finally start to address that this man has created a permission structure of hate and violence? And adding, next time you want to run a story about me legally paying for security, maybe run one on the insane amount of threats that I get that you are complicit in fueling. Also, you had a number of people slamming MTG for speaking out now that she's a victim of Trump's ire, right? Saying that she herself has spewed dangerous rhetoric that's fueled hate as well. Though there, she actually kind of addressed it when pressed about it on CNN.
Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country. I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another.
Well, some people,
it's making me laugh, but it's serious, but it's making me laugh because it's like a lot of people are feeling that way. And there's still a lot of you guys out there. I see all the rhetoric on Twitch and all of that stuff, or X, whatever you want to call it. And it's like, man, every single one of y'all is saying what y'all saying right now until that shit turns around and smacks you upside the head, bro. The same with her. It's the same with her. It's the same with her. Now we don't want to partake because now it affects me. He don't need you no more. Like, y'all gotta understand, bro. This dude literally, he will step over his mom to make $1, bro. Like, he don't care, bro. He uses you, gets what he needs, and then he moves on. This is how the rich and powerful make it, bro. They don't care. You gotta be ruthless.
Yep.
You can't have feelings. And this is how they make it. This is how they become billionaires. That's how you become a billionaire. You want to be a billionaire? That's how you gotta be.
Yep.
You literally gotta have no type of morals, because he got no morals at all. And, you just gotta be ruthless, man, and not give a shit, and be willing to throw people underneath the bus, man.
Yep.
It's crazy, but it's true. And now you're starting to feel exactly what you were projecting. And a lot of you guys are like this. It's the same with ICE and everybody else. It's funny, like we seen an ICE worker get pulled over and he was drinking with his dumbass, and he had his kids in the car. He's like, please don't take my kids.
Going
Please
through
don't
a
do
divorce.
this. Going through all of that bullshit because you're a piece of shit douchebag and you do this every single day. But as soon as you're going to get your kids for you being a fucking douchebag, you start crying and you're begging and pleading.
Don't
Like,
take my kids. Don't take
shut
my
the
kids.
fuck up, bro. Like, it just makes me laugh, like, how all of a sudden we're supposed to feel bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're supposed to feel bad. It just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh.
We're incredibly impressed by her apology there. You also have a number of people skeptical. And then you've also got people like Laura Loomer using all of this to continue attacks against MTG on Trump's behalf. Right? I mean, she's been posting about her nonstop lately, echoing all of Trump's claims.
Oh, and this is another one. Yo, this chick right here, her reckoning is coming too. She is like, she is Satan. She is fucking Satan. This woman is Satan. She's fucking out of her mind. This chick is fucking Satan.
Claims that she's a traitor, saying she's going to hell, and arguing that her boyfriend should lose his White House press badge. And Loomer, she even claimed that MTG lied about some of the threats to her safety, saying that she contacted local police and, quote, "They told me they never received a report today of a bomb threat at the business or residence of Marjorie Taylor Greene." Whereas you could look at this and see that the president does have people batting for him in this whole breakup, but you could also argue that this even proves MTG's points about Trump just inciting more attacks. So as far as Donald Trump's response, he basically told reporters that he doesn't believe that MTG is facing any real threats.
We'll see what happens.
Green says her life could be in danger because of the rhetoric.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she says.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her.
So with that,
Wow. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the president, bro. She was your ride or die. All she did was echo the same sentiment that you did on the campaign trail, and now her name is Traitor, and I don't think anybody cares about her. Fuck it. Hey, whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Shit. She did it to herself. Like, are you fucking, like, are we really that fucking out of touch?
Yeah.
As Americans, like, we have lost our fucking marbles. We are literally fucking going crazy.
We are. And the whole world is watching this.
And they
clown
just
show.
laughing at us, bro. Like, this is just fucking, this is just, I don't know what the fuck. It's insanity. Mm-hmm. It's insanity, bro. It's sad. It's sad. It's like you know how they say, every dog has his day, every empire comes for. This might be our fall.
Man, don't say that.
This literally might be our fucking fall.
Don't say that.
It's looking like doomsday's coming anytime now. We're all going against each other, pointing at each other, having no type of empathy, no humanity for each other. Mm-hmm. Americans fighting against each other. You're not really American. I'm really American. You're not American. Who are you? And you're this. And go back to this. And go do this. It's like,
Yep.
It's like it's just like everybody. America's filled with a bunch of hate.
Yes.
We're filled with so much fucking hatred and spewing so much vitriol.
Yes.
I thought it was Make America Great Again. How do you make America great again when we have no empathy, we hate each other? Everybody walking around mad.
Yep.
Nobody's happy anymore. Everybody's pissed off. Go on social media. Everybody's taking shots at each other. Nobody can laugh with each other.
Oh, I
Either
know.
you're on this side, that side. Either you're on this race or that race. So even if you're on the same side, sorry, but you're not our race. So even if you're a Republican and whatever, sorry, you're not my color. If you're a Democrat, sorry, you're not my gender. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just fucking insanity.
Definitely.
I'll say, Greene, she's not the only politician dealing with threats potentially tied to Trump's rhetoric. Right, and I say that because there's an Indiana lawmaker who Trump recently criticized that got swatted over the weekend. Right, yesterday you had Trump upset at Republicans in Indiana for not forcing a redistricting push. And so he wrote on Truth Social, very disappointed in Indiana State Senate Republicans led by Rhino Senators Rod Bray and Greg Good for not wanting to redistrict their state. Because of these two politically correct type gentlemen and a few others, they could be depriving Republicans of a majority in the House, a very big deal. Senators Bray, Good, and the others to be released to the public later this afternoon should do their job and do it now. If not, let's get them out of office ASAP. And then later in the day, you had officers in Indiana saying that they got an email claiming that harm had been done to people inside the home of State Senator Greg Good. But then when they responded, everyone was fine and it was just a swatting hoax. And so you had Good then thanking the officers, but adding that this incident is, quote, unfortunate and reflective of the volatile nature of our current political environment. But then also the governor of Indiana writing that these threats have no place in Indiana and officials are working to bring the criminals behind the attack on Senator Good to justice. But then then, as far as Donald Trump's response this morning, he just continued to post things like, I will be strongly endorsing against any state senator or House member from the great state of Indiana that votes against the Republican Party and our nation by not allowing for redistricting for congressional seats. But for now, that's where we are. We'll have to wait to see how things continue forward. And in the meantime, I really would love to know your thoughts, opinions, and reactions.
My thoughts are, y'all lost your fucking minds. We have lost our fucking minds. And I'm sorry, I don't like being political, but yo, this shit is crazy. I'm not political. I can't stand none of y'all motherfuckers. Y'all need Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers lost y'all minds. Let us know in the comments. I'm out of here.